All right, the triggerfish that we have kept for a long time, we're finally rehoming them. The water's a little cloudy because I just stirred up with the net trying to catch him, but let's catch him out right now. This guy, I'm so happy he's gonna go to a good home. Wait till you see the tank he's gonna be in. Yep. All right, these guys are a little bit skittish. He's been through his full quarantine. You're going to a better place. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love your new home. Don't fight me on this. I know what's best. Alright, so here's the fish right here. Look at the color on that. Beautiful. In the bucket with our aerator. And off we go. So I am here at the job right now at the aquarium, his new home. I've been acclimating the fish for about 30 minutes. I think everything's good to go. The salinity, temperature, everything matches pretty well. We already put him in the tank. All right, so now he's acclimated. Let's plop him in here. And there we go. And you know, honestly, these blue throat triggers are pretty shy. I know triggerfish are a little bit more aggressive type of fish, but these guys really aren't. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see this fish for the next week. It'll probably spend hiding, acclimating itself to the tank. Now, I honestly couldn't tell you how big this system is. I think it's got to be close to 500 gallons display, I would say, somewhere around there. But regardless, I think it's about 8 feet side to side. At least it's definitely over 6 feet. And then we'll just give you a quick tour of what we got going on here. We got a little bit of diatoms in the sand, but I also added these Babylonian snails to help keep the sand substrate stirred up. These guys are awesome. I'm going to do a video on these because I highly recommend them if you have a sand bed that needs some cleaning. They do a great job keeping things stirred up. As far as coral go, I've done videos on this tank before. It's real simple. We did not set this tank up. This is one of the clients that we picked up later on. This tank had already been full of coral, so you know, you just got your basic stuff, your star pop, your canyon tree, your mushroom corals and things like that. I think those are beautiful mushrooms. I think what we did add was some of these bubble tip anemones. We added a bunch of those, and they've split while they've been in here, but just add a little bit of color and motion to the tank. We added a couple of these rock flower anemones. I like to get some other different color rock flower anemones in this system. We basically just got the reds. And then it's all just leather corals here. Like, it's just filled with leather corals. I wish, honestly, if I had my way, I would just hack a lot of this stuff out and eventually replace it with some, well, just like a variety of different corals. I just feel like this tank has too much of the same thing going on. But the customers love it. They like that it's full and there is, the tank is, you know, got a lot of life in it. I just would like a little bit more variation. But if the customer's happy, then the customer's happy. That's all that counts. So it's just softies and anemones, and nothing that any of these fish should mess with. You can see right here just the amount of this stuff grows like weeds. It's crazy. Like you can hack out a big piece of this, and like no joke, like a week later it's already growing back. Once this leather coral and canyon tree and things like this, they start to really get a foothold, watch out, especially when they're dominating a tank like this, which is what they're doing. They're completely taking over the tank. Maybe I can convince the client to let us take some of this out and replace it with, you know, anything, honestly. Toadstools would be even kind of cool in here. The other issue we're having is aptasia. This tank had aptasia in it, but it's starting to spread here and there. I think a filefish or something like that would be kind of cool to put in here, maybe, to get rid of the aptasia. I don't think they would bother any of the coral, I don't think. Also, we have a beautiful carpet anemone in here. This thing that bright blue is amazing. And then you can see over here we got more of that aptasia that kind of is confined to this corner. You'll see one or two big ones throughout the tank, but really it's confined to this corner. So, you know, I really can't get in there and manually remove it, and that's really not going to be the best thing to do long term. So I'm thinking maybe a filefish or something like that. Maybe even a copper band butterfly. I don't know. Let me talk to the client and see what's up. But I think the triggerfish should be very happy in this system. And as of right now, like I said, guys, he is in this cave system already hiding. And I would expect to not see him for at least the first week until he gets used to the tank. And then after that, I think our next visit here is in 2 weeks. We should hopefully see him in here just as one of the gang. There's not a lot of fish in this system that will bother him, so I think he'll be all right. I'm hoping him and this puffer get along. I think the puffer will be chill with the triggerfish. I'm more worried about the triggerfish turning on the puffer, but we'll see how that plays out. We got some tangs. Yeah, nobody in here, nobody's gonna mess with them. Like, everybody in here is pretty docile and pretty chill. And on to the other system I wanted to show you guys today. This is a client of ours that we've had for quite some time. And it's mostly softy dominated here. We've been trying some euphyllias in here, but for whatever reason, they keep dying. Well, not for whatever reason. There's definitely a fish in here picking, and my guess is it's the tangs. I think the tangs have learned to pick on LPS coral, on certain coral, and they've just been a nightmare. And yeah, I think that's our problem. But the softies look great in here. And what else we got here? Some pallies and mushrooms are all growing great. So the tank is healthy. I just think it's not going to end up working out putting any other type of coral in here, even SPS. But I want to try some monopore, maybe some encrusting corals. Maybe our luck will change there. If you have any suggestions of what to put in this system that wouldn't be picked on by like a tang or a copper band butterfly, please put it down in the comments. I do think it's the tangs picking, and I don't think it's so much the copper band picking. The zoas look good. Gorgonia in the back is beautiful, but yeah, we need some more life in this system. Yeah, I'd love to hear your opinion of what to put in this tank. What if we do SPS? What SPS should we try? Coralline algae is growing great, but it seems like I just put that hammer frag in here today. I'm curious. I'll be back here in 2 weeks. I'm curious if that will still be here. If that's gone, then for sure I know that there's somebody picking. And I don't think we can get those tangs out of here. The customer loves them too much, so I don't think that's an option. I don't know if it's the yellow or the blue, but it's definitely one of them. They learn to pick, and once they start picking, it's just that they're never gonna stop doing it. They're always gonna it's a bad habit they pick up, and your best bet is just take them out of the tank and rehome them to a system that doesn't have corals they'll pick on. I added this Hollywood stunner right here on the bottom today, so that's another one I'll be looking at in our next visit. I'll definitely keep everybody updated on what is working, what's not. I'm hoping that Hollywood stunner is one that does work, because if that's the case, we can put some really pretty chalice corals in here. I'd be dope, and that would really kind of enliven up the tank more instead of just all softies and anemones and things like that. That would make me very happy. But all in all, you know, the tank looks pretty, and it looks good, and it's healthy. So the customer is happy. But for me, I think I want to take it up to the next step. But yeah, for now, this is what it is. Love to hear your comments.